the architect is called in, and he pays my bills, so we must give him the floor. He seems quite passionate. Sometimes he calls up and just makes fart noises into the mic. Lord, give me strength, give me strength. Anywho, he told us he wanted to talk about the connection between the UFC White House event and World War games, but I said, sir, with all due respect, we need to inform the people about decades of delusional UFO reports.
I've been saying behind closed doors for a while that for those of us that pay attention to the UFC and have an understanding of what the event is for and what it means related to US politics, is that since it was announced, I was saying that I guarantee leading up to it, Trump will paint a picture, and I know Trump's been painting a picture for a while that these deals are as close as they've ever been. But the tactic that he's used this time is that we could have retaliated and we didn't. And for those people that aren't paying attention to what that really means, is that because of this UFC event, why is that? Well, Trump's birthday just happens to be on a Sunday. And this is what highlights his ego, is that for anyone looking at this where Trump has gone, we're not going to retaliate and we're really close to getting a deal done with Iran. No. What this actually is, if you read between the lines of that, what Trump is saying is, I want the weekend off and I want to enjoy the event that I have made for myself. That's what's happening. He's so egotistical and he told Manati, I'm sure like the phone call would have been about, it's my birthday on Sunday. I want to watch some fights for just this one day or 2 or 3 days. Now, can you just call it? I've said to the American public that we've restrained ourselves. To paint a picture, when I was younger, there was a friend of mine had his 18th. I was scheduled to work at a fast food chain that night. And I called up and I said my nana had passed away, right, so that I could go and enjoy myself. It's exactly the same logic as Trump with this event, right? I just wanted to go to someone's 18th. Trump just wants to go to some fights on the White House lawn and not have to deal with, maniacs in the Middle East for 48 hours. So he's going to come out and say that the US has decided that we could have done a missile launch, but we didn't. When have you ever heard the US say, we could have done something, but we're not going to? The only time that's happened is right now, because Trump's just like me. He just wants to go to the party. What's going to happen after Sunday in America and Australia, our time, is the war is going to fucking continue. I'll go down on the record here that after this event, it's quite possible that you're going to see the worst bombing that we've seen in a while. And all it has to do with is someone just going, I just want to enjoy myself for the weekend, all right? And I'll make up that my nana's dead, or I'll have my birthday and have a UFC event at it. That's just a human being, a human. I just want to enjoy myself, right? And I'll tell the American public, and I'll tell Netanyahu, can you just call it so I can have my birthday? Can you just call up the fast food chain and tell them that my nana's dead so I can go out and get shit-faced? There's no difference. And the reason why this is an emergency release is so that it's on record. I wanted to be on record about this 6 to 8 months ago, because that's when I said it. And now here we are. It's the guy's birthday. He wants to see some guys float their limbs around at very high speeds. And God bless him. Here's the thing, he should have a birthday every fucking weekend. Because apparently that's the thing that's going to mean that everybody settles down. If it means that Netanyahu, or if it means that, certain strikes don't happen just so that someone can bloody enjoy themselves. Well, geez, like, what else can we set up for this guy? JD Vance or someone in the administrative office had just come out and go like, sir, what we've decided is that we're going to celebrate you every weekend. And because Trump's such an egomaniac, you'd be like, really? Yeah. Yeah. And so what that means is if we're celebrating you every weekend, we kind of need the other stuff, it'd be a distraction. The bombing and stuff would be a distraction when you're all focused on you. And Trump would be the kind of guy, oh, okay, that sounds like a great idea. If fist fights in front of the White House is enough for a war to take a break, it does kind of say something about the legitimacy, the necessity for these things to be happening in the first place, doesn't it? Let the guy enjoy himself. But the thing is, after he's done enjoying himself, I guarantee you, next week, it's on. And a lot larger and a lot bigger. The thing is, if this event goes off and the fights themselves are like high tier quality, it's going to give Trump this like adrenaline dump where he's going to walk out of there and just go into a meeting and be like, yeah, how many missiles we got? Send them. If the fighters rock up to this and they bleed America or, just capitalism, Trump is going to walk out of this the same way he walked out of Venezuela. I can do anything. If Ilya Deporia drops Gaethje, like Ilya Deporia says he is, Trump is going to see his vision of him being Ilya Deporia against Iran. That's what's going to come out of this. He's going to get off over this. So if you're hearing this before or after, don't say I didn't tell you. Why America has actually decided to stop bombing. Don't say I didn't tell you that on the tail end of this, it's going to be far, far worse. And the reality is, it's just someone that wants to have their birthday. They want to walk out of the event with a little party snack bag. I had a good time. They want to remember what it was like to be a kid. They got their fairy bread. They got their bag of lollies. And he went home. Home just happens to be 20 feet away.